right, here's a question that we get often from clients. Should I be investing when the market has reached a new all-time high? In order to answer that, we want to look at what does the data say. Daniel's going to cover that on our next slide.
Thanks, Jack. This is a really good question. And like Jack said, it's a question that we see pretty often in our practice. The reason we've seen it so often is in this calendar year alone, so in 2024, the market, or looking at the S&P 500, which is a total market index of the 500 biggest companies in the US, this market has hit an all-time high already 43 times this calendar year. So in just the 10 months that we've seen, there's about 200 trading days. The market's hit an all-time high 43 out of those roughly 200 trading days. So what we then wanted to take a look at is investing when the market is at an all-time high a good decision, or should we wait for the market to pull back? We hear often, I've been waiting for the market to pull back since 2009 in order to get my investment opportunity. And as you can see, the market is much higher than it was back in 2009. So when you look on the right side here, if you invested on any day versus if you invested at an all-time high, almost every single one of these instances, it was better to invest at an all-time high. So if you look at the 3-year returns, for example, if you invested on any day in the market, your total return would have been about 40% in the last 3 years. If you invested at a new all-time high in the last 3 years, your return actually would have been 8% better at 48% total return. So our takeaway here is that, on the next slide here, Jack, is that investing at all-time highs led to better returns versus on any other day across a rolling 6-month, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, and 5 year time period. So almost every single time period that we looked at on the last chart. So we never want to make investment decisions based on market timing or whether or not the market is at a low or an all-time high. We always want to make sure that we're making investment decisions based on your customized financial plan.
Absolutely. Thanks, Daniel. So the takeaway from these types of videos are always very similar. We always want to bring it back to your individual situation and your individual needs versus basing it off of charts or things you're hearing in the media. So the first bullet point says, instead of basing investment decisions around the current level of the market, we believe it should be based on, first, are there any short-term goals or needs that you need to be funding prior to investing for longer-term goals? And then 2, what amount of monthly or annual investing is needed to reach your stated goals? So we always want to bring it back to those types of questions as it relates to investing, or should I ... any other thing as it relates to your finances. If you have any questions as it relates to this content or anything else on your situation, we'd love to chat. Thank you.